These folds are called crow's feet, and they are actually pretty bad at me already, and I'm not that old. So here is what I think happened, and here is how I kind of am currently trying to prevent further advancements in aging, in cosmetic aging. So here's the idea. Your skin is actually just a mechanical part. Of course, it regenerates to a certain extent, but it also tears down over time, and actually it doesn't regenerate. So what happened with me is that I had I think it is mainly due to two reasons. The first one being pollen allergy, which meant throughout my childhood and until now, I multiple times a day, even up to 100 times a day, rub my eyes. And therefore, the skin here under the eyes and also on the side, which is very, very sensitive and doesn't really regenerate as well as other parts of your skin, just doesn't regenerate as well. And therefore, it just begins to tear down and to not be that flexible anymore. And therefore, if you then fold something together, just like something like this here, over time, the creases just begin to actually appear on the material. And if you then cannot wash it or actually iron it, then you have a problem. This is the first part. The second part is that I actually tend to sleep either on the side or on the stomach, which is very problematic because I often actually sleep completely on my face in the pillow. This is also kind of problematic when it comes to breathing, obviously, but the other problem is that if you have a part of your weight or a certain portion of your weight on your face, and then your face is lying on something, then actually you tear your skin for up to 1/3 of the day into one direction, all the time. And therefore, 1/3 of my lifetime, or even 1/4 of my lifetime, let's just say 1/4 of my lifetime, I slept on a part of my face. I actually constantly dragged on these skin parts. And this is, I think, the second reason. So here is how I'm currently trying to prevent these. I mean, obviously, in terms of pollen allergy, the best idea is to just not rub your eyes. But it's just very complicated because it just itches. And so there are two ways I currently am combating this and have combated it in the past. You can actually do something like that is called immunotherapy, which basically makes you more immune to the allergens you actually react to. In my case, pollen and also dust and also a lot of other things. So now, this is the one idea, to treat the actual disease itself. But you can also treat the symptoms, kind of. So what I am trying to do is to just not rub my eyes and to just wash them basically whenever I have a certain amount of particles basically in my hair or in the area of my face, or also in my clothes. I just change the clothes more often. I just shower more often, even though that's not really eco-friendly, and it's also not really skin-friendly because you strip the skin of the natural oils all the time. But nevertheless, if you compare it to the state of you sneezing all the time and rubbing your eyes and not being able to see something, then it's probably the better option. So these are the current treatments, or this is the current state of how I am trying to solve these problems when it comes to the allergy side. When it comes to the skin tearing during sleep side, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to sleep, for one, on the floor, and for two, on the back. Why on the floor and on the back? Because you cannot really sleep in a position very well, apart from the back, on the floor. So therefore you cannot sleep like this or like this or like this, or just on the face, because if you don't have a pillow and you just sleep on a concrete floor just with a small layer of a mattress, basically I have this very small, what do you call it, working out mattress. It's basically just a fitness mat. And now the idea is that I force myself to sleep on the back which is also much more optimal in terms of the spine, because you just don't put an uneven pressure on the spine, because if you lie on the back, you're usually kind of symmetrical, whereas if you lie on the side, or on the face, or on the stomach, you often are not symmetrical. So therefore, you're constantly kind of changing how the different parts of your body are actually put under pressure during the night. So therefore, I am trying to sleep on the back and also on the floor. Why on the floor specifically? Because it also has other benefits, as just mentioned. And then the idea is, if I have this here as the part where the weight of my head and also the weight of my upper body actually lies on, then it is just much less of my facial skin that is torn during the night.